Yo, good morning, GMG. As always, I hope everybody's having a great one. If you guys are already at work or on your way to work, I hope you enjoy your day there. For you guys that are going to be getting into some trades with us today or just on your own, I hope you finish the day green. And if not, don't worry, we'll get them tomorrow. All right. You guys already know what we on. This is our morning prep for the ES, where we talk about some of the levels on ES that we like to watch and that we will be watching. And then we go over some potential plays for the day. All right. So if that sounds like something you want to stick around and watch, do just that. If not, hit that back button. This video will not be for you. All right. With all that out of the way, man, let's get right into it. All right. So for most of you, you guys already know that we always start with ES on the daily. I used to have 15-minute and 30-minute as well, but now we're just gonna stick to looking at it on the daily, talking a little bit about what we see here. Go down to the hourly. Then I've got market profile and blank, which I'm working on, but we're gonna get rid of like the 30 and 15-minute for our morning prep videos, because there's just every time I go to those time frames, it's just like, oh yeah, here's what I just showed you guys. Yeah. So anyways, we always start on the ES daily. All right. So what do we see here on the daily? Well, for those who don't know, the first thing that we're looking for, if you guys are familiar with the strap, right? We have inside bars, and we have 2 up, 2 down bars, and then we also have outside bars, right? So you have a 1 bar, a 2 bar, and a 3 bar. Again, if you aren't familiar with the strap, go look through my channel. I have a whole video going over how to trade the strat and whatnot. All right. But anyways, here on the daily, the first thing that I'm looking for is just trying to see what today is, right? Are we in a 2 up, 2 down, inside 1, or 3 bar? So clearly for today, we are in a 2 going down. All right. You can tell that because the low of today's candle has crossed the low of yesterday's candle. That makes it a 2, and because it's going down, that makes it a 2 down. All right. So that's off rip what we're looking at. All right. That doesn't mean today is going to be bearish, but that always gives me a just a quick little glimpse of, okay, well, bears are clearly a little more in control than the bulls are at the moment, right? Doesn't mean it's gonna be like that all day, but that's all we look at for quick little glance, right? That's what we get from a quick little glance. All right. Now, secondly, we talked about this in yesterday's video, where in this area, and I'm just gonna draw the square again. In this area right here, we were going to struggle, right? I mean, we talked about at least potentially struggling in this area, and that's because of all this right here, right? We had 8 to 9 days of consolidation over here, right? Some of these guys are either trapped buyers and they need to get out. They need to get out of their positions when they're less bad, right? So what I mean by that is anyone who went short right here, or I'm sorry, those guys printed, right? But anyone who was gathering a long position around here, right, trying to set up for a long position, expecting this to break up, when it broke down, they were trapped. Okay, long story short, now that we're back around here, these guys that were big down when we were down here, they're less down now, or probably not break even, but getting close to, or what have you. Definitely down here they were looking really ugly, and up here they're looking better. All right, that's it. So we knew that this area was going to be a area of resistance, right? So knowing that, and then also seeing that on our way to this particular area up here, as we were breaching this area, volume was increasing, right? But as soon as we got in, we saw a decrease in volume, and then yesterday even more so, decrease in volume, right? So just a few things we were looking at, just essentially saying that the market was running out of fuel as we got up here. It was running out of steam. And we were going to need a lot of volume to push us up and over this area, which we are not getting. So it just makes sense that we cool off a little bit and even reverse some. All right, it's just a healthy pullback. I have this blue square right here. This is where I believe that if we do get a pullback below this 4080, which is one of the main levels that we're going to be watching for today, and I'll talk about that in the intraday when we go down to the 1 hour. But I think that if we lose 4080, this is a fair spot to probably bounce off of right here, just because these two guys right here, and then if you look to the left some, we have this guy right around here. So yeah, this seems like a good spot for me. All right. Overall, my bias is bearish for today and kind of going forward into this week. Obviously, with what we saw yesterday and what we're seeing today, is just kind of looking like that's confirmed. Of course, we don't know yet I'm going to be watching the 40-80 level for a bounce or a fall right through. I low-key expect it just to kind of fall right through. All right, but that's about it on the daily. We're not looking at too much else. I mean, obviously we have a nice little uptrend here that we had from down here to up here, where we were kind of getting higher lows and higher highs. So that's noted. You know, decent uptrend is what we're in, but we're all still in a overall, you know, this downtrend down here. We did have a trend line drawn that was broken. I'll just put it again, actually. Let me see. Looks something like this, like right around here. It was looking like something like that, right? And that was broken, obviously. So overall, we're looking good in the short term, but I just don't think that the numbers, you know, like the FOMC day and all that stuff, like nothing overall is getting better, right? Things are either the same, slightly getting worse, or just even a little better, but not enough to, you know, have the whole market just reverse and just be green, right? And we all know that markets don't move in a straight line. They don't go straight up. So after all this run up, some pullback just seems a little healthy. All right, that'll do it for the daily. We're gonna drop down to the hour and let's look at some of our levels for the day. All right, for anyone who's new to the channel, every time we drop down to the hourly, and I'm talking about looking at the levels, there are 4 levels that I will always have on my charts. All right, these 2 white lines and then these 2 orange lines. Okay, the 2 white ones will always represent the previous day high and low. Okay, so obviously the high is up here, the low is down here. Previous day high, previous day low. And then my orange lines represent the overnight levels. So we have overnight high up here, overnight low down here. This dotted green line was a target for today. We got really close during the overnight. We'll talk about that level. That's the 40-80 level I was talking about. All right. The plan technically when I got these levels last night was that if we cross below previous day, we would target that. That already happened overnight. We kind of bounced off this area right here, so we know that 40-80, 483 actually served that's where we bounced instead of hitting our target at 40-80. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that still. All right, but I just wanted to show you guys what these I wanted to talk about what the lines meant. Okay, I did some research, and I guess for NinjaTrader there's like a third-party app that I need to download in order to have these lines that I have on my chart have a label, right? So in order for this line to say previous day high right here, and so that you guys can see it and so that I can see it, there's a third-party app I need to download. So that's kind of annoying. I was able to clean up the charts a little bit with getting rid of all the grid lines and stuff, but slowly the NinjaTrader trading platform, I'm starting to like dislike it, right? It's just kind of annoying. Like I had a third-party app to have labels on my lines, like that just doesn't make any sense. But all right, anyways, I wanted to show you guys what the lines meant. Okay, so with these lines and our levels down, we're gonna go ahead and answer 2 questions that we'll get used to answering these every morning. All right, if you guys didn't catch yesterday's video, these 2 questions came from me watching a guy on YouTube named Trade Brigade. I have his name in my YouTube in the description from yesterday's video. All right, I'm very new to this whole YouTube stuff, and I really don't even know how to link his channel into the description. All right, but the dude's name is Trade Brigade. All right, really good at morning prep videos. Like, I mean, all his videos are fire, but when he's getting ready for the market, like his morning prep videos, these are the ones I was watching every day. Like it was because of his morning prep videos that I was like, I like these and I want to do some morning prep videos as well. So shout out to him, man. If you don't get what you need to get for your morning prep videos from me, like I said in yesterday's video, go get it from him. That man goes through everything. Like, he makes my morning prep look like child's play. I'm not even gonna lie. So if you ain't getting what you need here, go watch him, and that dude's crazy at it. All right, but he's always asking these 3 questions. I kind of just narrowed down to the first 2. So question number 1 is, where is price currently in relation to yesterday's range, right? So we know that yesterday's high is here, yesterday's low is right here. So if we just take a nice little box, we know that price is currently, right now as we speak, trading outside of the range, below it, right? We are tapping, let me just hit that draw, right? We are tapping, trying to get back in the range, but it isn't working. It hasn't worked, right? let's take a closer look here. You can see that we're rejecting getting in the range. Okay, so basically for question number one, this is leaning heavily bearish, right? We came all the way down. We broke yesterday's range, came back in, broke it again, and then now we're struggling to get back in it. So yesterday's range is broken to the downside, so we kind of have like a down arrow, right? This is bearish, not bullish. If this was up here and breaking up, then it would be bullish. If it was within the range, then it would be a neutral day, right? So for question number one, more bearish than bullish, obviously. All right, not bullish at all, so to speak, right? Not bullish at all. Question number two is, where's price right now in relation to the overnight range? So here's the overnight range, same thing, but this time we see that we are within the overnight range. So this would be a balance, right? We're within the overnight range. So outside of the previous day range to the downside, but within the overnight range. So for the previous day ranges, this would be a arrow to the downside, right? When we're asking ourselves these questions, that's the answer. It's an arrow either down, up, or it's going to be balanced. So for yesterday's range, that is clearly a arrow to the downside because we're bearish, right? We broke the range to the downside. For question number two, we're within the range, so this is going to be balanced. All right. And question number three that Trade Brigade asks, it actually is helpful. I might actually throw this one in there as well. I just didn't want to be like straight copying, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, shout out to Trade Brigade. I'm not trying to copy someone else's strategy, but I feel like it's helpful, you know what I'm saying? So question number three is, if you take the close, right, where we closed yesterday, which is right about here, if you take this and we just draw a line there real quick, that blue line right there, when you take the close, question number three is basically asking how much or where was price at, or how much time did price spend, below or above this blue line, right? So if we closed right here, when the overnight market opened, we see here that every single bit of price action took place below that blue line, right? None of it crossed, went up, came back down, whatever. So question number three is that exactly. You take the closing line, you take the close, draw a line right there, and then basically how much of the price spent down low and how much was above. So this right here would be 100% of price took place below the opening price, or the closing price of yesterday, right? So this is bearish. All the activity took place below the closing price yesterday, so this is bearish. So in those three questions, question number one, leaning bearish. Question number two was pretty balanced, and then question number three is again bearish. So all in all, why do we ask those three questions? We're trying to determine if we're going to have a possibility or we're going to have a chance to get a play right at open, right? Basically, we want to see an extreme imbalance, right? If we ever take these levels and we answer these questions and they're all like bullish, or let's go bearish, since today we're pretty much 2 out of 3 in bearish, right? But let's say we broke yesterday's level, yesterday's range to the downside bearish. We also broke the overnight range to the downside bearish, and all of the overnight activity took place below the closing of the day before, all three leaning bearish. Then that would mean that anyone who was long yesterday is probably going to wake up today like, holy hell, like I'm big down, right? This isn't looking good, what have you. Obviously, it depends on how far we are, right? If somebody went long right here, price right here, that's not too far off. But if they went long around here and price is down here, then they're going to be big off, right? But the gist of it is that we want to know if people are going to be waking up with their positions in the green, big green, or big red. And when you see a lot of balance, then typically the people are going to wake up, again, content. Everything's balanced, right? If you went long or short right here at the close yesterday, yeah, I mean, if you went long, you're a little down, but not to the point where like you're like, holy hell, I have to sell, I have to get out. There's no chance this reverses, right, or anything like that. So really, that's why we ask these three questions, because we want to see if there's a balance or a big imbalance at the open to see if we can go ahead and get in a play real quick, right? Because if it's balanced, then the open's going to be slow, choppy, it's going to move sideways, and you don't want to get into a play like that, right? You want to get into a play when there are people either heavily selling or heavily buying, taking profits, what have you, but you want to get in when you see stuff like that, all right? Let me know if you want me to elaborate on that, or just go watch Trade Brigade on his channel, man. He every day, every morning, he talks about this stuff, and yeah, he's crazy at it. He's crazy at it. All right. So that about does it for that. All right, our levels and what we let me go ahead and get rid of this blue line before I forget. All right, but that does it kind of for the levels that we get every day, and then basically what we do with these levels, what we ask with these levels. Right now, let's talk about a little bit of the potential plays that we can get today. All right, so off rip on the daily, this looks bearish. I told you guys earlier this looks a little bearish, and I'll be watching that 40-80 area. Right now, that 40-80 area is this green dotted line for me. It was a target initially if we were up here somewhere and then we broke this line. It can still be a target, but at this point it would be like if we come back down, break the overnight lows, that's only 3 points from there to there. So I don't know if this play right here is any I don't know if this play is valid this morning. I'm probably not going to be using that as a target. Instead, I'll probably be using that as an entry. If we break below the green line and kind of show strength going to the downside, I'll probably be looking to short, maybe break below the green line, come back up, retest, and then continue. We've talked in previous videos how we use our levels. Real quick summary on that. We don't use our levels to signify an entry right away. You can, of course, if you're more an aggressive trader, meaning if we come down and break below these levels, you can instantly go short with a stop loss back above these levels. That's fine. Your stop loss is nice and tight. Your target is wherever you decide to put it, but make sure that the RR makes sense, right? But I tend to play these levels again more passively, so I'd like to see a break, maybe a retest, have the level show that it is going to be resistance, and then start dropping, right? That gives me that cushion, like, okay, this level proved to me once it's going to be resistance. So in a put, I obviously want that to be the case, right? So we use that for all of our levels as well, right? If this were to break above yesterday's low, which is what we're struggling right now, if it breaks above the low and then we see it reverse and come back down, we know that price is not getting accepted up here, so we can go ahead and decide to short, probably back to the overnight lows. Okay, this is how we use all of our levels. This is how we watch our levels, and this is how we trade our levels. All right. I'm still practicing here and there with some of the Ninja Trader stuff, what I'm saying, with trying to take profits at 1 point to 2 points. I'm saying this is a different ball game for me, coming to futures from trading SPX and SPY and all that stuff. But you know what, so far it's not too bad, man. I'm messing with it. All right, I like it. So that'll do it for this morning's morning prep. I'm working on my market profile stuff. These are some PLCs, but again, I need that third-party app so you guys can see that these are PLCs, or I'm going to have to say it every time and stuff like that. And I'd be forgetting sometimes what those are, all right? And then this is real quick. I just wanted to show you guys this. This is the same chart as the hourly, but this is a 30-minute chart. But I just wanted to show you guys so like this box right here represents that 480 level that I'm watching. So all these wicks. So as long as we're in this box, what I'm saying, it was iffy. I was going to watch this area. But we did bounce out of it, so who knows what happens with this area today. And then we know that we have this area, this red box will be more resistance on the way down, or on the way down would be support. Okay, so if you guys do go short below 40.80, just watch this area, 40.78 to 40.71. So the whole 40.70s could be some resistance for you, or support in if you go short on the way down. So watch that area, make sure there's strength on the volume, and make sure that your play is being validated. All right, that's what we always look for, meaning price action and volume on the same page. All right, even time frame continuity on the same page, stuff like that. Okay, but that will do it for this morning's morning prep. I hope you guys found some kind of education behind this video, and it's helping some of you guys with your trading. All right, now per usual, at the end of the video, we are going to play some of the 216 Killers music. These boys are running it up right now. These guys are some... Hold on, wait. I said these boys are running it up right now, and then find their song that's actually called Run It Up. So, I mean, it just makes sense. I'm about to play that one, all right? But yeah, man, these guys are some heat, man. I've been telling them for the longest, man. I need that playlist so I can get it out for you guys, cause you guys gotta hear what I hear when these guys are just making this music in their basement. It's ridiculous. It's some heat for music they're making in their basement, man. It's crazy. So 216 Killers, Run It Up, and then right after the song, I'll come in here and give you guys one last goodbye for the day, and then we'll be on for we'll be ready to trade. All right, so here you guys go again. 216 Killers, Run It Up. Bow.
I gotta run it up. I gotta get to the bag. I ain't not done enough. I gotta get in my bag. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. I gotta run it up. I gotta get to the bag. I ain't not done enough. I ain't getting in my bag. I gotta run it up. 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 Run it up.
But let a nigga run up on me, I'ma get to stomping. I don't play with options, got you niggas talking. Pussy ass is always pillow talking. Talking tough until I get up on him. Then he wanna be your friend and shit. Then he wanna be your man and shit. Fuck that nigga, man, he a bitch. You only been in the way of shit. I'm cleaning up, bitch, I'm taking this. Said you gon' do what? I change it, bitch. I'm always on go, got no breaks to hit. If niggas want smoke, then I take a hit. Ain't passing it back, nigga, take this shit. Ain't got no time, boy, I'm facing shit. Best not close your eyes, boy, I'm tasting shit. And I don't think I ever really missed, yeah.
I gotta run it up. I gotta get to the bag. I ain't not done enough. I gotta get in my bag. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. I gotta run it up. I gotta get to the bag. I ain't not done enough. I gotta get in my bag. I gotta run it up. 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 Run it up.
No love has been for what they told us. Too much hate, now we move like we soldiers. Need a break, all this weight on my shoulders. All this pain why I ain't ever sober. She wanted one nighter, but that bitch is a demon, I'm looking for closure. And no lady could dive her. Yeah, that girl gotta go, cause I know she a poser. Stay with the faction, my boys about action. I go up and stacking up every day. Shit can get tragic if they catch you lacking. They send your ass straight up to heaven's gates. I got a bad bitch, she dreaming of marriage. I swear to God, she could have anything. Like Timmy Savage in the green like an addict. No, I ain't talking no Mary Jane. No, I can do a little talking. Got money long and we ballin' like Hardy. We coming out of the darkness. Too much ambition gon' make you a target. But sowing the seeds is important. With a little effort, they grow to a garden. All I ever wanted was to go farther. Had to change her heart before I was heartless.
I gotta run it up. I gotta get to the bag. I ain't not done enough. I gotta get in my bag. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. I gotta run it up. I gotta get to the bag. I ain't not done enough. I gotta get in my bag. I gotta run it up. 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 Run it up.
Got my nigga Shino to the left of me. Got my baby brother where he supposed to be. Niggas better think for they step to me. Next time you seen gon' be RP. We gon' make a scene. If it gotta be, then it gotta be. Always keep a peace, just to keep the peace. Nowadays can't even trust police. Every day I gotta earn the streets. Only family right next to me. Only nigga I trust is me. Got a second, I must believe. You come disrespecting, I'm busting heat. Don't got time to be playing, nigga. When it come to money, I gotta eat. All this was part of the plan, dummy, my masterpiece.
I gotta run it up. I gotta get to the bag. I ain't not done enough. I gotta get in my bag. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. I gotta run it up.
Run it up. All right, y'all. 216 Killers, Run It Up. There you go. Again, I'm working on that playlist for you guys. All right. Thank you guys for sticking around for the video, man. I really do like making these videos, and I really do hope that somebody's getting some help. I really do hope that you guys are out there getting some kind of an education from this stuff. All right. But that about wraps this one up. Sorry, I still don't know how to get videos under 20 minutes. But I'll see you guys in tomorrow's. Peace.